8 best baking soda hacks to avoid intruders. In your house, most people see baking soda as a cleaning item, but it can double as a simple home protection tool. When used right, it reveals movement, shows entry signs, and highlights tampering. Here's how 8 clever baking soda hacks can help spot intruders before they strike. 1. Entry mat, footprint disruptor. When you think of home security, the last thing that comes to mind is baking soda sitting quietly near your front door. Yet this simple white powder can become one of the most subtle early warning tools you'll ever use. Here's how it works. Start by taking your welcome mat or threshold area and sprinkle a fine, even layer of baking soda beneath it. You don't need a thick coating, just enough to catch the texture of a footprint or shoe sole. Smooth it down gently so the surface looks untouched. The next time someone steps onto it, you'll notice disrupted patches or faint patterns of dust scattered across the edges. The idea isn't about trapping intruders physically, it's about creating a visual trace of unexpected movement. If someone sneaks in at night or during work hours, their steps will leave a clear trail that doesn't fade easily. It's the most low-tech motion sensor you can build for free. To keep it effective, refresh the baking soda every week and vacuum the area regularly. Use light-coloured powder on darker floors for better contrast. This trick works best near front or back doors, balcony entrances, or any place you'd want to confirm movement. Intruders assume clean thresholds mean no one's watching. That's the exact blind spot this trick targets, a simple powder turning into your silent witness. 2. Window track and slider. Alarm trace. Windows are one of the easiest entry points for quiet break-ins, especially ground floor sliding windows and balcony doors. With baking soda, you can turn these unnoticed paths into an instant visual alarm system. Start by cleaning the sliding track thoroughly. Remove any dust or grease so the baking soda can sit cleanly on the surface. Then, sprinkle a thin, smooth line of baking soda along the track, just enough to cover the area without interfering with the window's movement. As you open or close the slider, make sure the powder stays distributed evenly under the frame. Now here's where it gets clever. If someone tries to force the window open, the powder shifts and forms small streaks or breaks in the line. You can even hear a faint rustle when the window grinds against the powder, a sound that gives away tampering during quiet hours. Choose windows that are hidden or less frequently used, side patios, back rooms, or storage areas. These are often the first targets for break-ins. Check your baking soda lines every few days and after heavy winds or cleaning. Baking soda serves as both an audible and visual indicator. No wires, no batteries, no Wi-Fi. It's a do-it-yourself tamper seal that's simple, silent, and surprisingly effective at catching unwanted curiosity. 3. Mail slot and keyhole intrusion marker. If your home or apartment has a mail slot or older style keyholes, these tiny openings can become weak points for quiet entry attempts. Instead of replacing the entire door, use a micro layer of baking soda to make any tampering immediately visible. For mail slots, sprinkle a thin layer of baking soda just inside the flap. You can place a small sheet of white paper beneath it to catch any powder that falls or scatters. When someone pushes the slot open or slides an object through, the movement disturbs the powder, leaving smudges or streaks you'll notice right away. For keyholes, dip a small brush or cotton swab in baking soda and apply it gently around the outer rim. Any attempt to insert tools or probes will leave visible marks on the surrounding powder or on the tool itself. Make sure to protect the setup from rain, wind, or daily handling. A shallow tray or strip of paper inside the mail slot helps keep the powder contained and visible. Check the area once a day and refresh the powder after storms or cleaning. This technique works because it leverages human overconfidence. Intruders rely on quickness and stealth, assuming no one will notice subtle interference. They never expect the faint dust around a keyhole to expose their attempt. Sometimes the simplest details can make the biggest difference between unnoticed and caught. 4. Interior back door or utility room trail. Some doors in your home probably stay closed most of the time. A back entrance, laundry room door, or basement utility door. These quiet, low-traffic spaces are often the least monitored, yet most exploited. With baking soda, you can create a subtle trail that shows if anyone passed through when you weren't around. Here's how to do it. Draw a narrow, straight line of baking soda across the floor, just inside the threshold, thin enough to be invisible from a distance, but distinct enough to break if someone steps over it. Keep it narrow, no more than a few millimeters wide. The goal isn't to make a mess, but to mark the line of passage. If someone enters without permission, even one step will break the line and scatter the powder. You'll immediately see disrupted edges, smudges, or faint footprints leading into the house. Place this setup at the doorways least used by family members, garage entries, basement corridors, or storage sheds. Avoid high-traffic areas where pets or kids might step through and trigger false alarms. The advantage of this trick is subtlety. Unlike loud alarms or motion sensors, this is silent evidence, a trail that tells you exactly when someone crossed the point of safety. Vacuum the area when needed, and refresh the powder as part of your weekly cleaning routine. Why it works. Baking soda responds to motion with precision. It's a soft, lightweight powder that doesn't settle evenly once disturbed. You can instantly see where someone stepped, which direction, and sometimes even what kind of shoe they wore. This method turns unused doors into early warning checkpoints, alerting you long before an intruder reaches your living space. 5. Drawer, safe tamper indicator. When valuables or personal files are stored away, one of the hardest things to detect is quiet tampering. Someone might check your drawers, open your safe, or shift items slightly, and you'd never know. Baking soda changes that. Start by choosing a drawer or safe compartment that isn't accessed daily, maybe where you keep important documents, cash, or small jewellery. Remove the contents carefully, clean the surface, and sprinkle a fine layer of baking soda inside the base or along the hinge zone. You only need a thin dusting, enough to capture a subtle print or shift. Once done, close the drawer or safe normally. For extra precision, place a small tray or white sheet beneath the drawer's front edge to catch any powder that falls if someone opens it. When the drawer is disturbed, even slightly, the pattern breaks, showing faint drag marks or uneven powder clusters. The best part? It's a passive security layer. No wires, no cameras, and no alerts that can be disabled. You simply look and know. Set a reminder to check once every month so the traces don't build up or gather false signals from regular airflow. Refresh the powder if it's clumped or faded. This trick targets smaller, personal-scale thefts, the ones people assume go unnoticed. Baking soda captures those moments silently, creating visual proof that something was opened when it shouldn't have been. 6. Windowsill. External climb detector. Ground floor windows are magnets for quiet entry attempts, especially when hidden behind hedges or fences. A handful of baking soda can give you a clear, visible record of any unwanted visitors, human or otherwise. Begin by wiping down your windowsill completely. You want a smooth, dust-free surface so that any later movement stands out. Then sprinkle a light, even layer of baking soda across the sill and corners, the places where someone might lean or place a hand for balance. You can mix in a tiny pinch of coloured powder or chalk dust for extra contrast under low light. Now, when a person touches or steps near that sill, even the slightest motion will disturb the surface. You'll see clear smudges, uneven clumps or streaks where fingers brushed across. During nighttime checks or early morning light, the marks become especially noticeable. Inspect the sill each evening or after rainfall, and refresh the powder when cleaning or opening the window for air. This hack isn't just about detecting people, it also reveals animals or delivery tampering. If packages are left nearby, you'll know whether something brushed or moved against the sill overnight. Why it works. Most intruders rely on silent, clean movement. They expect darkness and smooth surfaces to hide their trace. Baking soda does the opposite. It captures motion like photographic evidence, highlighting the smallest details of contact. 7. Garage threshold and drive-up entry. Tracked garages often serve as the easiest way into a home. The doors are large, sometimes automated, and rarely monitored closely. Whether you store tools, vehicles, or access points to the house, baking soda can turn that space into a visible security checkpoint. To start, identify the inner edge of your garage threshold, the line just past the main door, where footsteps or tyres first enter. Sweep or vacuum the area until it's smooth, then sprinkle a thin, even stripe of baking soda about a foot wide across that section. If someone walks or drives over it, you'll notice crushed powder, tyre imprints, or shoe tracks. Even slow garage door manipulation leaves telltale lines where the powder gets disturbed. Avoid spreading powder where your car regularly drives. Instead, focus on the side zone, an area where human entry is most likely. You can extend the track along the wall leading to the house door or the storage shelves. Apply this setup before leaving for vacations, overnight absences, or any time you want proof of activity. Sweep and vacuum afterward to keep it clean and reset for next time. Why it works. Garages are entry bypasses, less guarded and often assumed to be safe. Baking soda exposes quiet movement long before anyone reaches the main door, giving you time to act or check footage if you have cameras nearby. 8. Motion sensor and smart hub. Dust alert. Here's one intruders never expect: protecting your smart devices using something as simple as powder. Most burglars or vandals start by disabling electronics: motion sensors, security cameras, smart hubs, or routers. They'll unplug, wipe, or move them quickly to cut visibility. You can use baking soda to catch the hard tampering in progress. Take a small pinch of ultrafine baking soda and lightly dust around your motion sensor or smart hub's casing, just enough to form a nearly invisible layer along the base or nearby surface. Avoid covering vents, lenses, or indicator lights. If anyone touches, wipes, or even slightly nudges the device, the powder will show subtle trails or disrupted edges. You'll notice powder shifted to one side, or small gaps where fingers brushed by. It's a quiet confirmation that your device was interfered with. This method also works near routers, security panels, or even hidden Wi-Fi repeaters that intruders often target first. Practical setup. Choose flat, low-contact surfaces near each device. Use the lightest dusting possible. You want visibility, not build-up. Check once a month for any signs of tampering. Keep airflow moderate so natural drafts don't blow it away. Why it works. Modern thieves understand digital systems but rarely expect analog countermeasures. Baking soda becomes a silent tripwire, offering visible proof that something or someone tried to interfere with your first line of defense. Subscribe, like and comment why you like this video for a chance to win a new Apple MacBook.